Hey guys, this is Nate. We're doing another mountain in New Mexico. This time it's a P1K. It is Sierra Grande, which I don't know if you can really see it, but it's definitely sticking out right there. It is, like I said, a P1K, but it's a very high P1K. I think it's like 1,880 feet of prominence, which of course brings it pretty close to P2K status. Yesterday, we bagged Black Mesa, which is the highest point in Oklahoma. So this, we're heading back to northern New Mexico. Figured this would be a good stopover. This is definitely a breakthrough for the ankle. Again, if you don't know, I broke my ankle in June of 2023. It is now late December 2023. So yesterday I felt great after the hike. And I felt really good this morning, which that's really not been the case so far with all these hikes I've been doing. Usually, especially when I push my limits, I feel terrible the next day. Today I feel great, maybe even better than yesterday, which is saying a lot. And so that's why we're hitting Sierra Grande. This will be the first time I've done two mountains in 2 days, two significant mountains, we'll say. This is in the Raton Volcanic Field. You can maybe see some of that kind of scenery behind me. Maybe not, but you've already seen some of it. It's really just an area where, as the name implies, there's a lot of volcanoes that are in the 7 to 9,000 feet range. This is not the highest volcano in the range. That is actually Laughlin Peak, which I'd love to hike sometime in the future. I think it's a really interesting peak for a number of reasons that I'll probably hint at later in this video, but this is the most prominent peak in the range. It's very visible from many vantages in the high plains of northeastern New Mexico. You can definitely see it in Oklahoma, as we saw it yesterday, so that was pretty cool. So far it's been a pretty easy hike, I'd say. There's a little bit of snow, but not much. It's really just a straight shot west up the mountain slopes. And pretty soon I think it's going to start thinning out forest-wise, which is why I'm recording this now, because it is a very windy day. The drive to get up here was very rough. I would not attempt it without high clearance four-wheel drive. If you don't have that, it would probably add, you could probably get about a mile in with kind of a lower clearance two-wheel drive vehicle, but then you'd probably have to start hiking. It's 3.5 miles to get in, so I'd say that adds 5 miles to what is probably going to be around a 5-mile hike. So it's still doable if you don't have the vehicle. With no context, this could be a New Mexico 12,000 foot peak, that's for sure. All right, it is super windy up here. If you can't tell, not much to say. Pretty cool hike aside from the wind and the fact that the wind chill is probably shifting the temperature by like 20 degrees. So it definitely feels like it's in the teens, if not colder. It is pretty brutal up here. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna head down after taking some scenery shots.